If you're confused by the new Dior Forever Glow Foundation shade system, I will tell you what shade you are in the new formula in comparison to what you were in the old formula. We're also gonna do a try on, a review, and a wear test. All right, let's get into it. What do you guys think about my shirt? Look at this. And I love, like, I have this little bra straps coming out. I feel like I'm very in like 2005. If I had to say. I have the Forever Skin Glow by Dior. This is new packaging and they have a new shade range system. It confused the heck out of people because I saw in the comments on Sephora's like PDP, like all the comments were like, yo, what shade am I? Is this gonna match me? If I was this in the old formula, what am I in the new formula? So today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try this on my skin. I'm gonna show you guys why this is the best foundation literally in the world. Okay, no, I went too far with that. Not literally in the world, but it's really damn good. I'm gonna show you why it's good. I'm gonna show you how you can find your shade. So first we're gonna do a review and a demo, and then we're gonna jump into the shades. Let's do this. So this is the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation. It comes in, I wanna say like 14 times 3. I've been playing Nerdle and I've gotten really good at math. 12, carry the 1, 42. It comes in 42 shades. That's pretty big. I think the deepest shade doesn't go quite as deep as it should. It's kind of like lights, neutrals, mids, super deep. And there's like not really that many deep shades for people to choose from, which sucks, and I wish Dior would get it together. So anyways, 42 shades, and it's supposed to be a radiant finish. It's supposed to be long wearing. I'm just reading this on my computer. It is gonna be a liquid formula because it comes in a pump, see, boop. Medium coverage, hydrating, and guys, get this, it is SPF 15. But look at this packaging, guys. It's super luxe. It comes in this like really beautiful glass bottle. It is really heavy and it's got this like black and silver cap. I really am missing that navy. It was almost like a royal navy blue that Dior used to have. Okay, the craziest thing happened when I went to go look online to show you a picture of that blue cap on the old Dior foundation. I was like, where is it? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you do know about the blue cap, please let me know, or am I tripping? Okay, goodbye. And now they kind of moved into black, but I feel like my eyes are playing tricks on me. Does this look blue or black to you guys? I'm tripping really hard. I think they changed it to black, but I missed the blue version. Anyways, 30 milliliters, which is standard. So this apparently is supposed to be a 24-hour wear. I wouldn't even put that to the test. I wouldn't even do that to my skin. So, I mean, I'll take their word for it. But we are gonna test it out today and see how long it does last, if it breaks apart, if it moves around in the face, and let's put this to the test. So apparently this is a radiant medium coverage type foundation that is supposed to just kind of look exactly like your skin, and nothing like too heavy or cakey, but nothing too glowy. Somewhere in between that just is kind of giving you like hydrated, moisturized skin, but blurred and perfected. So let's give this a go. Oh, and guys, this has 86% skincare ingredients. 86% of what? Look at that. It is a liquid foundation. It's not too runny. It is kind of like a cream texture. I'm gonna pop this on with, actually, I jumped the gun a little bit. I should probably prime my face first. So I'm gonna take my Le Labo face cream lotion and I'm gonna put this everywhere. My skin is really dry from the winter. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little Shiseido brush. I freaking love this brush. I don't know how this did not go viral. I got this years ago. I think they still have it, but it just gives you such precision. Like if you're the type that doesn't want to do an entire full mask of foundation, you just want to cover where it's necessary, boop, this is amazing. But if you're the type that wants to do a full face, honey, go with the Morphe M6. You got options. So these are basically just like kabuki brushes on long sticks, and I love the type of brush. I like to start with my most problemed area first, and that is like kind of like around the chin. See how it's just a bit darker? I have some acne spots. Do you guys see that? And then also here where I have a bit of like redness, that's just how my skin is naturally. I think it's called keratosis pilaris. Ooh, it's a little bit light because I did get tanned over the weekend, but we are gonna work with it. I mean, it matches my neck pretty nicely. This is a little bit more rosy than like my skin is a little bit more yellow and this is kind of pulling a little bit more rosy, but let's see if this oxidizes and settles into the skin. So I think I just messed up the shade, which is actually funny because I didn't get this online. I actually got this in store. So I'm not having to work too hard. It's spreading really nicely. It's pretty emollient and it's not sticking to any, you know, dry patches or clinging anywhere or dragging. And I don't have to work too fast. Sometimes I find that foundations, when they are a longer wearing formula, you have to work really, really fast. If you guys are familiar with the Dior Backstage Concealer, that product, something like that, you gotta work fast because it's not gonna budge after you apply it. So this one is giving me a lot of playtime, which I really like. So basically I've just applied it to half of my face. This is what it's looking like. It is kind of emphasizing my texture right here, and I wonder what it would look like after we set it. But what do you guys think? It's funny because the shade match really matters, because I am looking at my natural skin and I actually like it better than my foundation right now. So that's why it's so important to get your proper shade, because when this matched me like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when I bought this, it was the perfect foundation. So if you guys want to really be sure that you're getting your right match, just stick till the end of the video because I'm going to show you how you can match properly. Okay, let's do the other side of the face. That was one pump for half the face. I'm going to do another pump for the other half. And this time, what if we apply it with a sponge? Maybe that'll make a difference. Okay, so we're gonna apply it with a sponge, and we're also going to put the Hydro Grip Milk Primer on this side of the face just to see what the deal is. Why is it looking like this right now? Look how baby and cute this. It's like a little travel size. Would you guys believe me if I told you this is my first time trying the Milk Hydro Grip? I don't know where I have been. I love a good like frizzy hair look. Just like a natural. And my hair's getting so long. Ooh. Hydro Grip on. I don't want to leave my skin looking like this. It looks amazing. Whoa, this is making a humongo difference. I don't know whether it was the primer or the sponge that made all the difference, but this side is looking a lot more hydrated, a lot smoother. I'm telling you, especially in the daylight, I found that this foundation was just so radiant and so airbrushed and fresh and clean looking. And you can really tell that on this side of the skin. So use a sticky primer, apply it with a sponge. This side is dying, guys. This side is dying. I have no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know that would happen. This is what it's looking like on the skin. I just kind of want to get a little bit closer so that you guys can see. It's settling into the skin really nicely and blending in and just kind of all making like, we are all one. My chest, my neck, my face all kind of looks like one canvas. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. I will hop right back on so that you guys can see what it looks like. But I just wanna test, like, how is this gonna work with my eyebrow pencil? How is it gonna work with my cream blush? I wanna see how this plays with all the products that I have in my normal routine, and then I will be right back. Okay. All my makeup is on, and this is how it's looking like on this skin. It played beautifully with every single thing that I put on my face. My eyebrows took 2 seconds. It glided on no problem. Sometimes I find that eyebrow pencils don't really glide on with certain foundations. It just gets stuck. I used powder underneath my eyes. It did not have any issues. Actually, the one thing that did have a little bit of an issue was my cream bronzer. I'm not sure if it was because I'm using a new brush. It just kept getting stuck in like this area and this area, literally on both sides of my cheek. So I don't know, it was like a little bit patchy and weird. Other than that, everything was 10 out of 10. I love it. So next step is to find your shade. So Dior Forever has a new shade range system, which just confused everyone because they went from just numbers now to numbers and letters, but I can explain. So N means neutral, C means cool, CR means cool rosy, WO means warm olive, W means warm, and WP means warm peach. I'm gonna read off the old formula, the numbers, and what it would equate to in the new formula. Let's do this. They have introduced 0N. This is now the most light shade in the collection. So in the old formula, if you were too light and you could not find a shade, now they have a shade for you. If you were 010, you are now 1N. If you were 011, you're kind of in between. They didn't make a shade for you, sorry. If you were 012, you are now 1CR. If you were 014, sorry, no shade range for you. Really weird. So that's like the most fair group. Now, if we move into the light section, you're not like super fair, but you're somewhere a step above. So if you were 0 on 5, you are now 1.5N. If you were 0.2, you are now 2N. If you were 0.21, you are now 2W. If you were 0.22, you are now 2CR. If you were 0.23, you are now 2WP. They also added a new shade, which is 2WO. So if you are fair and you are kind of warm, olivey undertones, they made an entirely new shade for you, which is amazing. If you were 0.25, you are now 2.5N. If you were 0.30, okay, so now we've done fair, we've done light, and now we're moving on to medium. If you were 0.30 in the old formula, you are now 3N. If you were 0.31 in the old formula, you are now 3W. 0.32 is now 3CR. 0.33 is now 3WP. 0.34 is now 3C. And they made a new shade called 3WO. So if you are medium and you need a warm olivey undertone and you couldn't find it in the old formula, you can now find it in this new formula. 0.35 is now 3.5N. 0.40 is now 4N. And that is the medium collection. Let's move on to the tan collection. If you were if you were 0.41, you are now 4W. If you were 0.43 or 0.44, you don't have any shades, sorry. But they did add one a step above, and that is 4WO. So you can try to fit into those. If you were 0.45, you are now 4.5N. If you were 0.50, you are now 5N. And if you were 0.51, you no longer have a shade. So that is the tan section. And now we're moving on to the deep section. If you were 0.40, you are now 6N. They also added 6.5N, which is another neutral color. It's just a step deeper. It's actually about 2 steps deeper, if I had to say. If you were I keep doing that. If you were 0.70, you are now 7N. Oh, and then they did a 7.5N. So they added a slightly deeper shade after 0.70 and 7N just to expand the deepness of this range. Basically, they put 1, 2, 3 new deep shades, which is good. It's better than nothing. Like there still isn't that much selection on the deep side of things. There's more selection in the middle. It kind of goes like this. It's like most selection, least selection. When it comes to like the outer edges of the shade range, it kind of tapers off, but at least they did add 3 new shades to this side. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. Anyways, so 7.5N is now a new shade, and it is a deeper and more neutral shade. Now, if you were 0.80, you are now 8N, and they added a deepest shade, which is 9N. So, I mean, now that we've had time and I've just been talking for the past 20 minutes, look how nicely it has settled in. I just feel like it just looks like my actual skin. It's very flattering. It looks natural. It's cute. I like it. And I will check back in with you guys in 3-ish hours. We're gonna go to a movie and I will let you know how the wear time lasted. But so far, no separation, no seeping into fine lines, not too dewy, not too dry. It's just kind of like this beautiful skin-like texture, and it's catching the light so nicely on the high points of my face. So it's really flattering. I'm really liking it so far. Okay, so it's been about 4 hours, I think 3 or 4 hours since I put this foundation on. I went out for the night, I'm back, and here are my final thoughts. So it looks really good and it looks really natural and it looks like actual skin. The one thing that I really like about this foundation is that it does what it says it's gonna do. It is medium coverage, it is glowy, well not too glowy, but you know, satin hydrated finish. It looks really seamless from the like the chin down to the neck. It looks realistic and natural and beautiful. There's a couple things I don't love about it. First of all, I mean, I think I chose the wrong shade, which is kind of like throwing me off a little bit, but outside of that, it did transfer a little bit on my sweater, which I thought was kind of weird because it says it's a 24-hour wear foundation, but yet I saw a big kind of like mark on my sweater as I was taking my sweater off. But I guess that's kind of what you get when you do get a more moisture-rich foundation. So I didn't love that. And also it is kind of like emphasizing my texture a little bit. Do you guys see that? Like here, and it's kind of sinking into my lines. If you are gonna go for this foundation, definitely get a more like a putty primer type of a primer. But yeah, man, like overall, this foundation is amazing. I think they did a really good job with this, from the packaging to the formulation. Aside from those tiny little things that I'm not loving, this foundation is really good if you're looking for something that's natural, moisturized, and just like an everyday wear type vibe. If you don't want something too heavy, you want something medium coverage, this is gonna be perfect. This foundation is amazing. If you want something that's a little bit higher end, ready for the summer, like fresh, cute, that energy, it has my stamp of approval. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know if you found that shade matching thing helpful. Let me know in the comments section. And also let me know what video you guys want me to do next. I am actually dying to do, okay, I've been seeing a lot of this on fashion, where it's like, this is why you don't like your wardrobe. And it goes through the way trends work and how to find your own style, your own personal style, instead of following trends. And I definitely want to do a version of that with makeup, because if you think about it, we've gone through so many trends. We had the smoky eye, we had the skinny brow, we had the thick brow. Right now we're doing like the rounded lip, like fox eye. There's so many trends. I want to talk about finding your own personal style with makeup. Not how to flatter your face, because that's like a whole other vibe, but more so like how to find your expression through makeup and what makes sense for your personality. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michelle Bally. I am the makeup tester. And if you like what we tested today, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.